Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuhu, and good afternoon to each and everyone. My name is Benjamin Ibrahim. So now I will continue the continuation of the topic because I am the second reporter, which is all about the exile and Dapitan.
Rizal as farmer. In Dapitan, Rizal devoted much of his time to agriculture. He bought 16 hectares of land in Talisay, where he built his home, school, and hospital and planted cacao, coffee, sugarcane, coconuts, and fruit trees. So, in Dapitan, si Rizal daw is minahal niya talaga nag-interest talaga siya sa pag-agriculture. At ito ay bumili siya ng 16 hectares na lupa sa lugar ng Talisay. Tapos sa binili na yun na lupa is nagpatayo siya ng bahay, paaralan at hospital. At nagtanim rin siya ng mga pananim tulad ng cacao, coffee, sugarcane, coconuts, and fruit trees. My land. He wrote to his sister Trinidad, is half an hour from the sea. It is very poetic and very picture. If you and our parents come, I will build a big house where we can all live. So yun, si Rizal is nagsulat siya ng letter kay Trinidad sa kapatid niya na kung saan is gusto niya itong papuntahin si Trinidad kasama ang mga pamilya niya. At kung ito ay pupunta, is gagawa siya ng malaking house na kung saan is we can all live. Later, he acquired more lands until his total holdings reached 70 hectares, containing 6,000 hemp plants and 1,000 coconut trees and numerous fruit trees, sugarcane, corn, coffee, and cacao. So yun, later, habang nagtagal, nakapagtala siya ng 70 hectares with containing of 6,000 hemp plants at 1,000 coconut trees and numerous fruit trees, sugarcane, corn, coffee, and cacao. On his farms, Rizal introduced modern methods of agriculture which he had observed in Europe and America. His pupils helped him in the daily farm labor. He invested his earnings as a physician and 60,000 he won in a lottery on lands. He encouraged the Dapitan farmers to discard their primitive system of tillage and adopt the modern agriculture methods. He imported agricultural machinery from the United States. So yun, sa pagsasaka ni Rizal, nag-introduce siya ng makabagong methods sa pagsasaka ayon sa na-observe niya sa mga Europe at Amerika. At ginastos niya yung naipon niya sa pagiging physician niya at yung napanalunan niya sa lottery na 60,000. At in-encourage din niya yung mga kapwa niyang magsasaka sa Dapitan at kalimutan na yung paraan nila sa pagsasaka at i-adapt na lang yung makabagong paraan ng pagsasaka. At yun, nag-import siya ng mga agricultural machinery sa US. He planned to establish an agricultural colony in situ Punot because it was ideal for raising cacao, coffee, coconuts, and cattle. However, this not materialized due to lack of support from the government. So yun, dahil sa pangarap ni Rizal na magpatayo ng agricultural colony in the city of Punot near Sandigan Bay, na kung saan ito ay plenty of water and good port facilities, at naniniwala siya sa lugar na yun na mabubuhay yung mga pananim doon. At hanggang sa nag-invite siya sa mga relatives at mga friends niya sa Calamba na sumali sa kanyang project. At muli siyang nagsulat sa kanyang brother-in-law na si Hidalgo na mag-establish, at sinabi niya na hindi ito tulad ng Borneo colonization dahil hindi ito support ng gobyerno. Rizal as businessman. Aside from farming, Rizal engaged in business. In partnership with Ramon Carrion, a Dapitan merchant, he made profitable business ventures in fishing, copra, and hemp industries. Aside from daw sa pagpa-farming is nag-interest din si Rizal sa pagbi-business. In partnership with Ramon Carrion, na kung saan isang Dapitan merchant, he made profitable business ventures in fishing, pangingisda, copra, and hemp industry. He invited his relatives, particularly Saturnina and Hidalgo, to come to Mindanao, for there is vast and ample field for business in the island. He particularly told Saturnina that in Dapitan she could profitably engage in the textile, jewelry, and hemp business. So yun, in-invite niya ang mga ka-relatives niya, especially kina Saturnina at Hidalgo, para pumunta sa Mindanao para mag-business sila doon. At sinabi niya kay Saturnina ay siya ang naatasan sa pagbibenta ng textile, jewelry, and hemp business. Nagsulat si Rizal kay Hidalgo noong January 19, 1893, na kung saan is sinabi niya na i-improve pa ang fishing industry of Dapitan. Sinabi niya rin na itong taon na ito ay may magandang beach tulad ng Calamba, na kung saan ay maraming mga isda ito. Ang paraan ng panghuhuli nila ng isda ay yung nakasanayan nila, na kung saan ay maliit lamang na isda ang nahuhuli nila. Tapos yun, nag-instruct si Rizal kay Hidalgo na tulungan siyang bumili ng net para sa panghuli ng isda. Yun ay tinatawag na pukyutan. At kumuha ng good fisherman sa Calamba na kayang magturo ng Dapitan folks kaysa nakasanayan nila. Hemp industry, Rizal most profitable business. Ang pinakamalakas na business ni Rizal ay ang hemp industry. Once, he shipped 150 bales of hemp to Manila. He purchased hemp in Dapitan at 7 pesos and 4 reales per pickle, and he sold it to Manila at 10 pesos and 4 reals. So yun, nagkaroon si Rizal ng 150 bales of hemp para ipunta sa Manila para ibenta ito doon. Binili ito ni Rizal sa halagang 7 pesos and 4 reals per pickle sa Dapitan, at ibinenta niya sa Manila sa halagang 10 pesos and 4 reals, giving him a profit of 3 per pickle. Rizal introduced modern hemp striping machines and Dapitan in order to improve the hemp industry. He also organized the hemp planters into a cooperative association so as to eliminate unfair business practices and to stabilize the price of hemp. So si Rizal ay nag-introduce na ng modern hemp striping machine in Dapitan at i-improve pa ang hemp industry at nag-organize siya ng hemp planters and cooperative association to stabilize the price of hemp para i-maintain niya yung presyo ng kanilang product or hemp. Rizal as inventor. One little known fact about Rizal was that he was also an inventor. It should be remembered that in 1887, while practicing medicine in Calamba, he invented a cigarette lighter which he sent as a gift to Blumentritt. He called it Sulpukan. This unique cigarette lighter was made of wood. Its mechanism, said Rizal, is based on the principle of compressed air. So yun, si Rizal siya ay isang inventor din. It should be remembered that in 1887, habang nagpa-practice siya ng medicine sa Calamba, nag-imbento siya ng cigarette lighter na kung saan ay regalo niya ito kay Blumentritt. Tinawag niya itong sulpukan. Ito ay unique na cigarette lighter na gawa sa kahoy. Its mechanism, sinabi ni Rizal, is based on the principle of compressed air. My retreat. Upon restoring her eyesight, Donna Theodora returned to Manila. Seeing how busy Rizal is, she regretted neglecting her muses. She requested Rizal to write poetry. As a response, Rizal wrote Mi Ritero, relating his serene life as an exile in Dapitan. So yun. Ito ay isang poem ni Rizal na ginawa niya dahil request ng kanyang nanay na kung saan ay nakita niya ang kanyang talented na anak na sobrang busy. So yun, itong poem na ito is patungkol sa or relating his serene life as an exile in Dapitan. Serene is kumbaga is freedom. Yun. Rizal and Josephine Brankin. Si Rizal ay naging malungkot dahil sa namimiss niya ang pamilya niya at mga relatives niya, pati na rin mga kaibigan at lugar na kinalakihan niya at mga araw na naging masaya siya sa Calamba. Dahil sa pagkamatay ni Leonor Rivera, naging lubos na masakit ito sa damdamin ni Rizal. Kaya yun, kailangan ni Rizal na cheer up sa kanya dahil lubos siya na naging malungkot. Dahil sa tadhana ng Diyos, may isang tao na napunta sa Dapitan na kung saan is para itong ray of sunlight na kung saan is parang biglang nawala yung lungkot niya. Siya ay napakagandang Irish girl na ang pangalan ay si Josephine Bracken of Sweet 18. Isa siyang Irish girl, pinanganak siya sa Hong Kong. Si Josephine nag-arrive in Dapitan kasama si Mr. Taufer at Filipino companion na si Manuela Oriac. Mr. George Taufer, man who adopted Josephine after her mother died of childbirth. So si Mr. Taufer, siya yung nag-adapt kay Josephine pagkatapos ng pagkamatay ng nanay niya sa kapanganakan sa kanya. Si Mr. Taufer is isa siyang bulag. Manuela Oriac is a Filipino companion who accompanied Josephine Bracken to Dapitan. Rizal and Josephine Bracken decided to get married, but Father Obak refused to marry them without the permission of Bishop of Cebu. Si Rizal and Josephine nahulog sa isa't isa after wind romance of 1 month. Nag-decided sila na magpakasal. Pero hindi ito pinayagan ni Father Obak sapagkat wala silang permission sa Bishop of Cebu. Hearing of the planned marriage and unable to endure the thought of losing Josephine, Mr. Taufer tried to commit suicide by cutting off his throat with a razor, but Rizal was able to prevent this. Nung narinig niya, Mr. Taufer, na magpapakasal si Josephine, nagplano siya na magpakamatay sa paraan ng pagkat sa kanyang throat with a razor. Pero buti na lang na-stop ito ni Rizal at hindi niya natuloy ang pagpapakamatay niya. To avoid a tragedy, Josephine accompanied Mr. Taufer back to Manila. Mr. Taufer returned to Hong Kong alone while Josephine stayed with the Rizals in Manila. Having no praise to marry them, Rizal and Josephine married themselves before the eyes of God. Para maiwasan ang kababalaghang ginawa ni Mr. Taufer, ipinunta ni Josephine ito sa Manila at pinabalik ito sa Hong Kong. Pero si Josephine ay nagpaiwan ito kasama si Rizal sa Manila. Dahil sa wala nagpakasal sa kanila na priest or padre, si Rizal at Josephine kinasal lang sila sa kanila lang at walang nakakaalam nito kundi ang Panginoon lamang. The two were happy for they were expecting for a baby. However, Rizal played a prank on Josephine, making her give birth to an 8-month baby boy. The baby lived for only 3 hours. He was named Francisco in honor of Rizal's father. Sila ay naging masaya sa isa't isa at gusto nila magkaroon ng anak at ito ay natupad. Pero hindi rin nagtagal is namatay rin ito. Nabuhay lamang siya in a 3 hours only. Pinangalanan niya ito ng Francisco na kung saan is kapangalan ng kanyang ama. Rizal and the Katipunan. While Rizal was mourning the loss of his son, ominous clouds of revolution gradually dark Philippine skies. So, nung pagkamatay ng anak ni Rizal is lubos siyang nalungkot at yung cloud is parang nagpapakita ng sign, evil sign, yung ganun. Tapos yun, Andres Bonifacio, the great Peruvian, was sowing the seeds of an armed uprising. The secret revolutionary society called Katipunan, which he founded on July 7, 1892, was gaining more and more adherent. So yun, pinangalanan nila yung secret revolutionary society ng Katipunan na kung saan is he founded on July 7, 1892. In a secret meeting of the Katipunan at a little river called Bitukang Manok near the town of Pasig on May 2, 1896. So yun, yung society ng Katipunan is nagkaroon ng secret meeting sa little river na tinawag nilang Bitukang Manok na matatagpuan sa town of Pasig. Si Dr. Pio Valenzuela was named emissary to Dapitan in order to inform Rizal of the plan of the Katipunan to launch a revolution for freedom's sake. Si Dr. Pure Valenzuela is isa siyang emissary to Dapitan. Yung emissary is ang ibig sabihin ay secret agent. In order niya ito, ipinag-alam niya ito, pinag-utos niya ito na i-inform si Rizal sa kung ano ang plano or ano yung planong na pagmitingan nila sa little river called Bitukang Manok. On June 15, Dr. Valenzuela left Manila on board the steamer Venus. To camouflage his real mission, he brought with him a blind man named Raimundo Mata and a guide going to Dapitan to solicit Rizal's expert medical advice. On June 15, si Dr. Valenzuela is umalis sa Manila kasama ang board the steamer Venus to camouflage his real mission. At yun, kasama niya si blind man, pinangalanan sa Raimundo Mata at ang guide nila papuntang Dapitan para kausapin si Rizal. Dumating sina Dr. Valenzuela sa Dapitan ng gabi ng June 21, 1896 na kung saan is Rizal ever a hospitable host welcome him. Winelcome talaga ni Rizal sina Dr. Valenzuela. At supper, the two had a heart-to-heart talk in the garden. Valenzuela told him of the Katipunan plan and of the necessity of his support. So yun, sa oras ng pagdi-dinner nila is nag-usap si Valenzuela at si Dr. Jose Rizal na kung saan is sinabi ni Dr. Valenzuela kay Rizal yung plano ng Katipunan at yung gusto nilang i-support sila ni Rizal. Kumuha sila ng support kay Rizal. Rizal objective to Bonifacio's audacious project to plunge the country in bloody revolution. He was of the sincere belief that it was premature for two reasons. So yun, dahil sa in-order ni Bonifacio na hinatid ni Dr. Valenzuela is inobjective ito ni Rizal sapagkat magkakaroon ng bloody revolution ang country. Kaya yun, dahil may dalawang dahilan si Dr. Jose Rizal. Una, the people are not ready for a revolution, and second, arm and fund must first be collected before rising the cry of revolution. So yung una is ang unang dahilan ni Rizal kaya niya inobjective yung sinabi ni Dr. Valenzuela is yung mga tao doon is hindi raw handa sa pakikipaglaban. At pangalawa is yung mga armas nila ay kumbaga is hindi pa sapat para ilaban sa mga kalaban nila. Kumbaga is not enough. He also disapproved of the other plan of the Katipunan to rescue him because he had given his word of honor to the Spanish authorities and he did not want to break it. So yun, dinisapprove ni Rizal yung plano ng Katipunan. Dahil sa may pinag-usapan sila ng Spanish at ayaw niya itong i-break. Yun. Doon lamang po nagtatapos ang Rizal and Katipunan. Volunteers as military doctor in Cuba. After nun naganap na Katipunan Revolution is when Cuba was under revolution and raging yellow fever epidemic, Rizal wrote to Governor General Ramon Bianco offering his service as military doctor. So yun, sa Cuba is under revolution pa sila, na kung saan is nagsulat si Rizal kay Governor General Ramon Bianco na volunteer bilang isang military doctor in Cuba. Dahil sa kulang sila sa manggagamot, yun, inofferan nila si Blometrit na kaibigan ni Rizal, is sinabihan niya na mag-volunteer bilang isang army physician sa kanila. Governor Bianco later notified Rizal of the acceptance of the offer. The notification come along with an instruction of acquiring first a pass for Manila from the politico-military commander of Dapitan. Nung natanggap ni Governor Blanco yung letter ni Rizal na mag-volunteer bilang isang military doctor, is binigyan niya ito ng pass para makapunta sa Maynila, at binigyan niya ito ng safe conduct sa Spanish. And there, the Minister of War will assign you to the Army of Operations in Cuba, detailed to the Medical Corps. The Song of the Traveler. Lubos na ikinasaya ni Rizal nang ma-receive niya ang balita sa Malacañang na kung saan ay malaya na siya at pwede na siyang mag-travel sa Europe at sa Cuba. Naging masaya talaga na makakapagtuloy na siya sa pagta-travel, at dahil doon nagsulat siya ng isang poem na ang pamagat or ang title is El Canto del Viajero or The Song of the Traveler. Itong poem na ito is, ang tulang ito ay nangangahulugan ng homesickness ni Rizal, na kung saan ay sa kabila ng kanyang kasiyahan sa kalayaan sa ibang bansa, pinag-uusapan ni Rizal ang buhay ng isang manlalakbay, na ang pagiging isang manlalakbay ay nakatagpo ng maraming mga hadlang, mapataas man o mapababa man ang ating buhay, yung ganon. Ngunit ito ay hindi lamang tungkol sa kung paano natin mamahalaan ang balakid sa ating buhay. Yun yung kanyang yun yung patungkol sa kanyang tula, yun yung mensahe niya. Goodbye to Dapitan. Goodbye to Dapitan. On July 31, 1896, Rizal's 4-year exile in Dapitan come to an end. At midnight of that date, he left on the steamer Hispania. He was accompanied by Josephine, Narcisa Angelica, Narcisa's daughter, his 3 nephews, and 6 of his loyal pupils. All the Dapitan folks, young and old, were at the shore to see their beloved physician for the last time. Many wept as the steamer sailed away, especially the other pupils who were too poor to accompany their teacher to Manila. So yun, on July 31, 1896, Rizal 4-year exile in Dapitan come to end. So yun, pagkatapos ng 4 na taon na pagka-stay ni Rizal sa Dapitan, ito ay nagtapos rin. Na kung saan is in the midnight of that date is umalis sila at sumakay sa barkong nagngangalang Espanya. Kasama ang kanyang naging asawa na si Josephine, si Narcisa, Angelica na anak ni Narcisa, at ang tatlong nephews niya at 6 na mababait na estudyante ni Rizal. At yun, lahat ng taga Dapitan, mapabata man o mapamatanda, is ito na yung araw na huli na nilang makikita si Rizal, ang kanilang physician. Sa paglalayag nila Rizal papunta sa Manila, in Dumaguete, may isang tao na nag-invite sa kanya ng dinner na kung saan is isang former classmate niya ito na nagngangalan na si Judge Herrero Regidor. In Cebu, si Rizal ay nag-perform ng operation on a cross-eye merchant. So yun, tinanong ni Rizal kung siya ba ay may asawa na. Ang sagot ng isang merchant is meron na. Sabi naman ni Rizal, bakit mo pa kailangan straight ng eye? May asawa ka naman. Ang sabi ng merchant is kasi gusto ng asawa niya na ipa-straight yung paningin niya. Kaya yun. Tapos yun, sinimulan na ni Rizal ang operation niya sa isang merchant na kung saan is nag-prepare siya ng mga gagamitin niya para sa operation. At ang merchant ay nagbayad ng 50 silver pesos. Rizal steamer arrived in Manila Bay on August 6, 1896. Na kung saan is dito na naging mapayapa ang buhay ni Rizal kasama ang kanyang mahal na asawa na si Josephine at ang mga schoolboys, na kung saan is nag-stay na sila doon sa Manila, ang pamilya ni Rizal. So dito na po nagtatapos ang aking report. Once again, I am the second reporter, Benjamin Ibrahim. Shukran and wasalam.